Jason, we just want to thank you for taking the time out of your schedule, calling in here to Cage Religion Radio on our 1 year anniversary show. So thanks again. We appreciate it.
Awesome, man. Happy anniversary, and I'm honored to be here tonight. Thanks for having me.
Now, getting things started, I'm 24 right now. So I've personally grown up as basically following most of your career. I was a diehard Power Rangers fan, younger as a kid. Obviously love MMA. Do you feel your fans from your earlier career have kind of translated over into your mixed martial arts career?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a unique situation because, I did Power Rangers, and then I went back for Dino Thunder, so I have some other kind of younger age group, and then Power Rangers replayed again like a couple years ago, actually about a year ago. Last year they reran the Green Rangers, so I'm having some duplicate generations there. So I'm excited because, the fans that I have now are, anywhere from your age, I'd say 23, 22 on up to 40 sometimes. That show, was a hit. A lot of people followed it, like they follow comic books and stuff. So, but a lot of people that I think watch Power Rangers definitely, I wouldn't necessarily say they crossed over to MMA fans, but they definitely follow my career and they support my career, which I'm very happy about that.
Now, last time we spoke, about a year ago, you were preparing to make your professional debut. You were successful in that fight, winning by rear naked choke in 46 seconds of the first round. Even more impressive, none of your amateur bouts have made it out of the first round either. With such quick victories, do you feel able to get the experience under your belt? I mean, are you getting more comfortable in the cage now?
Well, I got to say that's the prize, to be in the cage. I'm training. I've switched camps now. I'm with a really hard training camp called Silverback MMA. They've been here for a while. Coach Tony, I love. Coach Jazz. Coach Julio's, is my boxing coach. And all the guys do cross-training with me. Coach Tony's really the main trainer. But everyone has their certain unique experience that they bring into the camp. And, the cool thing about the camp is I'm able to train with, Derek, who's like the number one heavyweight here in Houston. Big, tremendous, talented guy fighting on Bellator. And then I got, a lot of heavyweights I train with Dale. And, I'm still, my buddy Mike is still the title holder here in Houston at 170. So I definitely have a lot of people that I can train with. It's been a while since I've been in the cage, but I think it's more or less the training camp. You train really hard for it, and the prize and the treat is to go in the cage and kick some butt, so that's kind of what I'm excited for. So, of course, you always got those nerves, and, I put myself out there as far as, having a lot to lose. This fight, July 16th, I'm having the fans pick. I don't want no controversy. They can pick whoever they want. We've narrowed it down to 5 people. Mick and Colin, who run Legacy, put out a contest on Legacy Fights Houston here, where you can vote to see who you want me to fight. They say the fans pick, but I more or less say the haters pick, to be honest with you. We got 98% fans, and you got those 2% that just bother you, bug you. No matter what you do, they're never happy in life. I don't know if, what quest or spiritual quest they're on. It don't seem like we're on the same page, but I'm pretty much letting anyone pick whoever so I can pick, and I'm excited about that. And my company, Jesus and Tap, we merged, with another company called Bullshirt. So the Jesus and Tap brand is about to get out there on a big scale. And I'm just excited. I'm training here at my schools at Rising Sun Karate Mixed Martial Arts. I have 2 here in Houston. I have 1 in Los Angeles. Randy Ward runs that for me out there. And honestly, being a family man and being a trainer to about over 1,000 students, and then training in my mixed martial arts career, I'm excited because I found a really good team. A team that supports me. More importantly, a team that loves me, no matter what happens, win or lose. A team that's going to be there for me, and I think everyone looks for that. And I finally feel like in my heart that I'm surrounded by a really good team of people. Not only the trainers of Silverback, but everybody in a whole, their families, their daughters, they're just so supportive. They've always been supportive over my career, and I wasn't even with them a long time ago. My very first amateur fight, I fought Jonathan Mack, who's turned out to be a really heck of a fighter. But they showed me a lot of love, Silverback, so I always remembered them from way back then. So when it was time to switch camps, number one priority for me was that family love. Are they going to be there for you no matter what? Just like no matter what you're struggling with in life, you always have Jesus to talk to. And, God's always going to be your Father, and you got the Father above. You can always depend on that. And that's number one in my life. I want to make sure that, I'm blessed in my life. At the same time, I want to give back to, God and Jesus, give back something to the community. And I feel what I do is put Jesus' name out there through the Jesus End Tap. People talk about it. And, I think everyone goes through the roads of struggling, and it's how you deal with that road. Some people don't deal with it, but we all go through a lot of problems. So what I'm trying to say is I'm a busy man with a busy life, and sometimes my life gets a little complicated, but on the end of the day, I will read the Word from the Lord and have the Word work inside of me, and I feel much better. I'm about to go home right now on a hard training day, about to pull out the Bible, about to read some great motivational scriptures, pray with my family before I go to bed, and I got to eat because I haven't eaten in about 8 hours. But other than that, though, I'm happy for my fans, and I'm happy for you guys to get the message out there. I'm happy to do interviews, and I've been in the entertainment business for years and years and years, and I don't ever remember one time turning down an autograph to those little kids. And I'm so happy that I didn't, because you know what? Those little kids that I never turned an autograph down are probably now following in my career, and I'm really happy with that, I think being an entertainer and being in the spotlight is a gift, and you got to handle that gift proper, or, God can take it all away.
Wow, it was very well said, and actually you basically answered my next question. Again, you're set to face whoever the fans choose coming up in July for Legacy Fighting Championships over there in Houston. Why don't you tell the fans actually where they can vote?
On Legacy, I think it's legacyfights.net or Legacy Fights. Just Google Legacy Fights Houston, and it's the Legacy Fighting Championship here in Houston.
Now, this format is basically the first to my knowledge, which leads me to ask, how much does that affect the dynamic in terms of training? I mean, not knowing who your opponent is.
You know what? I think Mayweather said it the best. Coach Jazz was talking to me the other day, and we were training. He was working my hands, and he said, I watch a lot of Mayweather on YouTube. And he says, Mayweather says it best. He says Mayweather says that he doesn't go in and have a plan. He's ready for all elements. So he's ready to do. A good athlete's ready for anything. And sometimes you can't go in with the game plan. You have to go in and you got to be ready. A partner of mine, Patrick Hutt, is one of the partners on GZ with me. I'm so proud of him because he won his last fight, and we stuck to a game plan. He's a great boxer. He's a great mixed martial artist guy now. He won the fight against a really hard opponent here, Patrick Bourgeois, and he tore his ligament, literally ripped his bicep muscle off his arm in the first round, and he continued 2 more rounds to come out with the victory. Now, every judge on that scorecard said before, every judge at certain websites said that he wasn't going to win, and he proved he wanted them to eat their words, and every judge that said he wasn't going to win ate their words because he won. Me and him had a game plan. We had coded words we used in the corner. We were very smart about what we did, and he's an athlete. Cardio is incredible. Not only is he's a good friend of mine, and he works at my Rising Sun Karate School as the boxing coach. So I just wanted to say that to him because you know what, he's had a couple losses under his belt due to the game plan, and it wasn't. We went into the fights thinking this guy was a boxer or a kickboxer, and then that turned out to be wrong. But now he's ready for every element, and that's the way I want to go into a fight. Ready for any and every element. If it goes to the ground, I'm ready to ground and pound. If it goes standing, I'm always ready to stand. And I'm ready for everything. So I think that's when I heard that when Coach Jazz told me that Mayweather said that you don't go in with the game plan. A good athlete goes in ready for anything. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. I don't care to study their tapes. There's one particular guy out of the 5 that I want to win, but I'm not going to say his name because I think he's very disrespectful. He didn't shake my hand. And I just think that's not good sportsmanship. Right now, he's the head of the toll. He's winning, and I'm so excited to fight him because this guy needs to be taught a lesson, just to be humble and to be nice to other people. So I'm just, going into this, just being ready, but going into it feeling blessed that God put me here here on this planet to do what I have to do. I believe everyone has a blueprint, and I believe this is in my blueprint. And I'll be ready July 16th, Legacy Fights, to fight whoever the fans and the other not so fans decide to pick. And I'm ready. Colin, the matchmaker, came up with this idea. He's not in charge of it at all. He just had the voters come in and narrowed it down to 5, and it's never been done before, I think, in mixed martial arts history. And, as far as the fans picking, and I'm excited to do it, and I'm ready to go.
I mean, being as though you have a level of fame coming into mixed martial arts already, do you feel that works to your advantage in terms of bookings and notoriety overall, things of that nature? Or does it kind of put you in a spot where maybe you're looking to shed that sort of, image and maybe so reinvent yourself for the newer fans?
Well, I just completed a movie, The One Warrior, so I've been doing that. Also going to be doing a Christian movie in May, which I think is going to be awesome. And that for God. I don't even take a pay on that because I want to get back to the Christian side. But as far as who I am and what I'm doing, you know what? I'm just going through the ranks as everyone else is going to go through. I don't expect no personal attention, extra care. I just want to be like everyone else, and I want to go through the ranks the way everyone else is. The only problem is I'm not everyone else. I have so many more, I think, people that are critical, people that I call haters, people that are judging, and, I just think that only one person can judge me, and that's God. So I don't care who judges me. It's a waste of time to go on the keyboard and say this and that about JDF or Jason Frank. It matters what I do to myself, and as long as me and God knows what's going on, that's all that matters to me. And I don't think it's helped me or hurt me. I just think I want to reinvent myself, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. And I think it's on the way to go. And you know what? Any day now, if it says, "Hey, Jason, you're going to work on a TV show," I'm done. I'm working on a TV show. I love acting. Acting's a passion of mine, and I'm not giving it up. Fighting, I love to fight too. But, there's only so much you can do when you're getting hit, cut in the face, and all this. But I love training, and I love my team. Training with my team makes me feel good. I'm in Houston here. I have a family here, but I don't have my family. The only family I have are my teammates and my friends that work with me, that train with me. And, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. And I'm excited that I'm with Silverback now because, it put my head in a whole different position. And I believe that people haven't seen the real Jason David Frank fight yet. I mean, I'm working really hard. They're turning me more into a machine than I already am. And they're going to get me really, really good. And they're going to mentally prepare me, physically prepare me, and I'm just ready. So I can't wait for July 16th. So if you want to vote the Legacy Fights, you can Google Legacy Fights Houston. You can click on the site there and go ahead and vote, and I appreciate it.
Now, has there been any kind of interest in your career in terms of promotions such as Bellator and Strikeforce and things like that at this point?
Yeah, Strikeforce. Strikeforce came and wanted me to fight. I guess I just had a different idea on the money as far as there's no money in mixed martial arts. I mean, I'm used to being paid a certain amount of money, and there's not a lot of money. I mean, some of these fighters get $600-700 to fight. That's it, and their hospital bills more than that. So there's just not a lot of money in it. So when Strikeforce came and said they wanted to do something, it just wasn't a lot of money into it. And, I turned it down and said I wasn't ready. And they gave me like a 4-week notice. And I told them maybe later on down the road, I'd like to do something. But my buddy Derek is fighting on the Bellator card May 21st. And, Coach Tony, there's a lot of stuff. I just got to go out there, bang away a little bit, do a couple more fights, matches that last a little longer than a round, show my skills because I got a lot to show, and then just got to go from there. So I have no doubt in my mind that there are going to be bigger promotions out there, wanting me and stuff like that because there's already been a lot of interest already. I just been out of the scene, but because I'm out of the scene doesn't mean I'm training. I've been training really, really hard for it. So, like I said, I'm ready, and I'm more ready now than I ever been.
Now, changing gears a bit, we actually talked on last week's show about Zuffa's acquisition of Strikeforce, basically what it means for the sport. From your perspective, was this good for MMA? Basically, being under one umbrella.
You mean as far as Dana picking up Strikeforce?
Yeah, basically.
Well, my take. Unfortunately, I've always been like, well, I don't want to work for Dana White, and I've been saying that for a long time. Now Dana owns Strikeforce. Everyone's like, ooh. It is what it is. I think Dana's a smart businessman, and I'm sure. I don't necessarily know if it's such a good thing. I mean, I prefer to fight Strikeforce than UFC. Why? Because I just like their shows a little bit better. I don't know why. I just think they have, I guess maybe some of the fighters that I recognize more in Strikeforce than in UFC that I grew up with, like Kung Lee and a lot of the other guys, and Gina Carrera, and and they really hype their shows up. But I don't necessarily know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but hey, I know it's good for Dana. That's going to be good for him in UFC, so, best of luck to them.
Now, lastly, before we get going, you've got a clothing line out, Jesus Didn't Tap. You've taken this thing in a unique direction, as opposed to some of the typical MMA gear out there. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I wanted to come up with something positive. I wanted to be the first of something. I read a lot about Rolex watches and how they created them and who created the watch, and he was the first one to have the date, the magnifying glass on the date, and stuff like that. And I wanted to be the first of something. So I thought about, me and Patrick were talking one day, and I wanted to come up with a Christian line of clothes. And, wanted to be the first of something, and we came up with it, and we just clicked. Jesus Didn't Tap, that's the name. It was catchy. I wrote a song with K-Drama. You can download it on Amazon.com, K-Drama. Jesus Didn't Tap, I wrote 2 songs, and it came to me, everything came to me from Jesus. I mean, it really did. The designs in my sleep, everything came to me. But when you work for Jesus, you have to, it's going to be hard, because like every pastor and every guy that preaches say that when you do something for Jesus, the demons and the devils come at you harder. It's true. I mean, my life has been up and down. It's been a battle. It's been a spiritual battle, but I'm fighting to get the name out there. And finally, like I said, I merged with Bull Shirts, but I wanted something positive. Not beat you down, beat you to sleep. I wanted something positive where my little girl can look and go, Jesus didn't tap, Daddy. So when they say it, they're saying the word Jesus. I've had so many people change their life because of a T-shirt. I've never had a T-shirt company ever with the testimonies that's been sent to me about, hey, this shirt changed my life. I read this shirt in the morning and I went back to church, or rest your demons, put your demons to rest, that turned myself in with all my warrants. Now I'm clean. You'd be surprised of the letters and be surprised of how many lives the Jesus Didn't Tap changed. That's why I teamed up with Anointed Fighter. Anointed Fighter sends out great Christian motivational messages that we post online on CageReligion.com. We have a brand new website. I got a brand new team behind it. And Manny, who's building the website, and Joe and Jason are my partners, and Patrick's still there. We just got something really good here, and we feel really blessed by it. And I know that the more we push it, the more things I'm going to do with the money, churches, inner city schools for troubled kids. I got so many different ideas, and I know God's going to put his hand on it. He's going to reach out and put the fire of the Holy Spirit on it, and I believe that it's going to be blessed, and I believe that it's going to be a huge company one day, because we've done tremendous numbers so far, but I'm still in the red. When I get into the green, that's time where, we're going to put back and make sure that, the things I have planned, which I want to do Jesus Didn't Tap schools in inner city schools for kids that don't have the money, that might not have a mom and dad to put them in karate. And then I want to teach them the brotherhood, the dedication, the respect, the cooperation, everything that karate teaches them. So I got so many different ideas and so many things I want to do, but it's just a matter of time. There's only 24 hours in a day, and I wish there was more time in a day, but I do what I can,
Well, Jason, it sounds like you've got your sights set, and you've got your hands full. You've got a lot of plans ahead of you, and we just want to wish you the best in all your future endeavors.
Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. And look, you guys, anytime you guys want me back, I'm more than happy to come back anytime for you guys. But I want to thank you guys and thank all my fans and Facebook, and and just really thank everybody who's been supporting me and believing in me. And thank the new team, the Silverback, that I'm with, and thank all my buddies and everyone that looks out for me. But most of all, I want to thank Jesus and thank him for everything that he's done for me and my family.
And again, Jason, we just want to thank you once more for calling here into Cage Religion Radio and and helping us make our 1 year anniversary show something great. So again, thanks for coming on.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it. Okay, call anytime.